bunch of young people with their arms in PVC pipe, linked together, and there they were, and they were. I mean, you knew. And I felt like an idiot because I'd been real cynical. I didn't think anything was going to happen, and I'd been hanging around with some people that did stuff like that in the woods, and I should have known that if they did it in the woods, they would do it in town, because the reason is the same. The reason is the same. It's just that it's a different geography, but the reason is the same. Those people, they bury themselves in the roadway with just their heads showing in front of where the logging truck goes by. So the logging truck meets them in the morning. My God, I can't even imagine doing that. The guts that must take. So there they were, and there was Steve, and he's saying, I'm going to get this shit kicked out of me, I know it. And he did, and I just kind of wandered around, spend the rest of the day looking at things and talking to people and running in and out. I had a couple of gigs to do, playing the church and playing in the showbox the next day on the Wednesday when things got sanitized and Clinton came to town and Madeleine Albright was cowering inside the hotel. She couldn't get out. You could bomb the shit out of some third world country, but she couldn't get out. And faced some dreadlock hippie chained down in front of her hotel room. It was. I'm sorry. That's what it looked like to me, and it was extraordinary. And so I carried that around with me. And when it was over, I spent as much time as I could down there, and there were times when I had to just kind of go away and leave for a little bit, and then come back, and then I thought, okay, I got to do something about this. But I got to make sure, because I knew that if you were at the scene of an event, you had one assessment. If you were outside, there was another one, because the event sends out ripples, right? So I wanted to see what sort of ripples it sent out. If this thing was as important as it felt to me at the time, because it felt really important. So I got up every day and I went on the internet, which was new to me. Then I had a computer, and I go in there and I'd read the foreign papers. The Irish papers, the English papers, the Indian papers that, printed in English. This is the stuff that I could read, Australian, Taiwanese papers, and they were all talking about it because they had all sent delegates and they'd seen that. And many of those people were actually under the thumb of the WTO, and they were excited that this sort of thing could happen. So then I sat down and I just kind of wanted to, and I was listening to a lot of hip hop at the time, because it was the only kind of music that made sense to me. It was the only kind of music that I could hear on the radio or being passed around that actually people said things, they talked about things. Okay, they did. It was an open forum. So the song was written kind of initially so that you would dramatize it. You would just speak it, and it's a movie, and it's a spoken movie. And then I put it to this guitar thing, which was dreamy, so that, because I love the contradictions like that. A lyric that says one thing and a music that says something else. You've got this beautiful music that talks about, for a song that talks about tear gas and cops and shit. It's a wonderful thing that sets up this whole, well, you can hear it. It's, and then I had to learn it. And I call it Didn't We? And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that. One is the obvious. One is the not so obvious. It doesn't matter, but I'll tell you anyway. A wonderful movie called Pow Wow Highway. Maybe somebody's seen it. Yeah. In that movie, there's a song. And it's Bono, he's singing away. And the only thing I can understand is, didn't we? And he's singing it with such gusto. Didn't we? And I'm thinking, didn't you what? Because I can't understand what he's talking about. But I think I like that, I like the gusto of it. I like the statement of it. So I'm going to take that statement and I can put it into something that I understand happens. And it goes like this. November 30th, 99, history walking on a tightrope line. Big money pulling on invisible strings, getting into everything so deep. It's hard to believe it's in the food and the water and the air you breathe and the chemistry, the biotech, the banker with the bottomless check, the corporations and the CEOs, and the bottom line as the profit grows. The money talks and you don't talk back. They don't like it when you act like that, but didn't we? Shut it down, didn't we? November 30th, 99, it was a Tuesday morning when we drew the line. It was the WTO coming to town. We swore we were going to shut it down, and they stood there with their fake police. They had the National Guard out to keep the peace with the guns and the gloves and the chemical gas, but still we would not let them pass. And they raged and roared and their tempers flared and there were bombs bursting in the daylight air, and they'd run us off and they'd do us in, but we came right back again, didn't we? Shut it down, didn't we? November 30th, 99, millennium passing as the numbers climb and the people came from everywhere. There must have been 50,000 out there. There were farmers, unions, rank and file. Every grassroots has its own style. There were big pups 2 stories tall. There were drummers drumming in a shopping mall. There were so many people that you couldn't see how that many people got into the city, and the WTO delegates too. But we were locked down so they couldn't get through, didn't we? Shut it down, didn't we? November 30th, 99, locked down at the police line, and they hitting you with everything they got, but you ain't moving like it or not. And they tying your wrist with plastic cuffs, and they're holding you on a great big bus, and they're taking you down to the Navy base. Pepper spraying you right in the face, try to break you down, try to get you to kneel, but you got the unity, and this is for real, and they can't break a spirit that's coming alive. That's the kind of spirit that's bound to survive. Shut it down, didn't we? Now you gotta sing that. They wanted me to come down here and do a few songs, and they said maybe you could have everybody sing along on the WTO song. I said that'd be cool. So here we go. Really easy. If I can do it, you can do it. Didn't we? Shut it down, didn't we? Yes, we did. Now the media loves all the glitter and flash. The newspapers talking about a whole lot of trash about the violence of the people in black, and how the cops are so tired they just had to attack. And the secrets hidden in that deep dark hole of how the Coral City Hall may never be told. The mayor's out doing the spin. The police chief quit so you can't ask him. They just swear to God on human law, but I was there and I know what I saw. The visible stains will wash away in the rains, but this old town will never be the same. You didn't we? Didn't we? Shut it down, didn't we? Now it's the greatest story ever told. David and Goliath. How you be so bold, standing up to the giant when the going gets hot, and all you got is a slingshot. Tell me that the world's turned upside down, and you gotta pick it up and shake it, gotta turn it around, take it apart to rearrange it. I don't want to save the world, I want to change it. Don't let them tell you that it can't be done, cause they're gonna be the first ones to run. Just take a little lesson from Seattle town.